Good afternoon, Kitchissippi. It is Sunday, February the 21st. I'm at Iona Park, where the Hampton-Iona Community Group is getting set to have its winter carnival. People streaming into the park now under some absolutely gorgeous sunny skies. Should be fun. I'm going to grab a hot chocolate in just a little bit. This is the video version of the Kitchissippi Newsletter. A little shorter a newsletter this week. A couple of items of note for those who have been following the redevelopment of Reed Park. I've had two options up online for a couple of weeks now about what direction we might take with that park configuration. If you haven't had a chance to take a look at those but do want to have some input, please do so this week. There's a link in the newsletter. I'll probably be making some decisions beginning next week and going back to our planners to take it to next steps, further detailed design work, more specifics, etc. Also in the video newsletter, or in the newsletter this week, many of you have probably heard about the Bayview Bridge. There was a partial collapse of that structure as it was undergoing demolition on Friday. The Bayview Bridge goes across the O-train tracks. It's the former part of the transitway. It's under demolition right now as they are preparing to rebuild and get that ready to carry train traffic. A portion of it on Friday morning separated from the embankment or the abutment and fell prematurely. It did fall on an excavator that was working at the time. There was an operator inside. That operator thankfully is unharmed. They resumed demolition work today, Sunday. I'm expecting a report on Monday as to what happened. These sorts of incidents are obviously usually preventable. I'd like some answers as to what steps weren't taken that led to this rather unfortunate incident. The Ministry of Labor is also investigating. Also this week I'll have another note about my motion to council that I'll be bringing on Wednesday, supporting the CRTC as it chooses to ensure that Bell Canada shares its next generation fiber to the home networks with smaller competitors. I'm thankful for the notes that I've been receiving so far. Spread the word among your friends. Ensure that everyone has a chance to weigh in with their councillor that this is a motion they'd like to support. The further details are in the newsletter. Also in the newsletter this week, I'll have a link. The plans for the Westgate redevelopment are up online now if you want to take a closer look at those. So it is in the application phase now. I don't expect that we'll hear anything until at Planning Committee, probably until this fall, but well worth understanding what's happening now. I'll also have a link in the newsletter to a planning application that is coming to council or to our Planning Committee on Tuesday. That's the 37 Ladouceur property. 37 is at the corner of Ladouceur and Merton. There is a proposal that we'll be voting on Tuesday that would see 6 new units put in. This one goes back a while. I remember before I was elected looking at this proposal when it still contained 8 units with the Hintonburg Community Association. I'm not opposing the development. They have brought those number of units down. I think generally the site plan works well. Also this week, I will be forgive me. Also this week I'll be meeting with the Innovation Center people. It's a regular series of meetings. They have a new managing director, Richard Quigley, who I'm expecting to meet in the very near future to talk over the Innovation Center and what some of the community's hopes are for that facility. On February the 24th, it's Winter Walk to School Day. I'll be joining some parents from Connaught Public School to walk to school in the winter. And then on Thursday, I'm leaving town. Bruce Springsteen is playing in Buffalo on Thursday night. I'll be racing down to see him. Coming back on Friday. Friday evening, I'm hoping to be back in town in time to take part in Acorn's Beer Trivia Night. That should be a blast. Scott Moffat and Matt Fleury and I are on one team. I know that Councillors Nussbaum and McKenney are on another. Great work with an organization that is doing some fantastic work as well. I Bike I Buy is also beginning to see new life this year. We're expanding the project across the 5 urban wards with some new technologies, beacons, and looking forward to bringing more details to you as soon as I can about that one. Finally, this week I will also be meeting with some of our traffic staff, take a look at how we can push the envelope a little bit more on the Dooring Zone trial. There have been some interesting changes to the Highway Traffic Act this year that create some possibilities for us to further ensure cyclist safety down that corridor. Listen, have a great week, and until we put out the next Kitchissippi Newsletter, thank you, and I'm always free to hear your questions, comments, and concerns.